direction, and she looked over her shoulder again. She saw no one unusual. A man loitered outside the door to his apartment building. A boy bounced a basketball, no doubt headed to the quarters 2 blocks away. A woman, most likely a prostitute, paced a 4-foot section of cement across the street while smoking a cigarette. Caddy's gut told her someone was watching her. A member of DH7? Since they suspected a traitor in their midst, it was a good possibility. She needed to go inside the drugstore, work for a little while just like normal, especially if she was being watched. And then, a little later, she could slip away out the back door. Call a cab? No, that was too risky. Call for backup? There probably wasn't time. She wasn't sure yet. This hadn't been her exit plan, so she was going to have to wing it. As soon as she had clocked in, donned an ugly blue smock, and taken her place behind the front register, a familiar face walked in. Bill, a patrol officer, a contact whom she could feed information. He laid a pack of gum and a bottle of Coke on the counter. His eyes showed only a hint of recognition as Caddy rang him. To anyone watching, they were strangers. "I heard a storm is brewing out in the Pacific." He nodded behind her at the long, narrow window in the front of the store. "A big one." Caddy's breath caught at his underlying message. "Is that right?" "Forecasters are saying it's going to be bad." "What are they telling people to do?" Her hands trembled as she put the gum and soda in a bag. "People in its path need to evacuate. All the models they set up have proven themselves inaccurate, like always. They say to never believe a weatherman." Her heart thumped in her chest as she chewed on his coded words. Trouble was coming, and it wasn't going to be good. The models that had been set up, that meant the plan they'd set in place for this assignment. Something had gone wrong. What could that be? Caddy needed to flee, and the sooner the better. She handed the officer his bag and smiled. "Have a good evening." He gave her one last warning glance. She got his message loud and clear. There was no time to waste. As soon as he was out the door, Caddy slipped from behind the counter. She needed to go to the back of the store and escape. Now. "Caddy, where you going?" Mr. Jenkins, her boss, stepped from the beauty aisle where he'd been restocking lipstick and stared at her. "I need a bathroom break." "You just got here." "Female problems." No one ever argued with that, especially not men. He sighed long and hard. "Don't take too long. I need someone to man the register. Anita already called in sick." "Got it." He paused before muttering. "Good help is hard to find." She mentally sent an apology. Yes, good help was hard to find, and poor Mr. Jenkins always seemed to be at his wit's end. He'd obviously drawn the short straw when he'd been assigned to this location. Caddy's hand shook as she rushed past the aisle filled with stomach and indigestion aids. The employees-only sign at the back of the store was now within sight. She just had to go through that door, grab her purse, and then she'd run. Fast and furious, as hard as she could, and she wouldn't look back. Ever. Just as her hands hit the door, just as she felt freedom within her grasp, someone called her name. All the blood drained from her face as she paused. She knew that voice. She squeezed her eyes shut, wishing this was just a nightmare. Caddy knew it wasn't. Slowly, she composed herself and turned. Orion, Raoul's right-hand man, stood there glaring at her. His light brown skin glistened with sweat, and his black hair was pulled back into a tight ponytail. His eyes held the cold, hard look of someone who would rip another person.